Budget 2023. Enrico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. News seen what's happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. The budget for 2023 is pegged at $781.9 billion, making it 41.4% larger than the previous year's budget, which was previously touted as the largest budget to date, so this one is larger. Additionally, $208.9 billion will be withdrawn from the Natural Resources Fund to support national development priorities this year. Again, they have not been specific with what exactly those national development priorities are. The finance minister also discussed the performance of various sectors last year, such as agriculture, forestry, and fishing, which is estimated to have expanded by 11.9%, with notable performances in other crops, such as rice growing, livestock, and forestry industries. In contrast, the sugar sector is estimated to have declined by 18.9%, and the mining and quarry sector is estimated to have expanded by 109.7%. The oil and gas sector is also estimated to have expanded by 124.8%. This morning, an elderly couple was found dead in their home in Yakusari, Blackbush, Boulder Berbese. The couple, 61-year-old Sarasutai Devi Pudraj and 68-year-old Subnath Pudraj, were chopped and stabbed to death. Neighbors said they heard a loud explosion and saw fire coming from the bottom flat of the couple's house early this morning and from their business. Initial reports indicate that the house was ransacked, with cash and other valuables missing. 2 people are currently in police custody, and the investigation is ongoing. The Guyana Fire Service has determined that the fire at the Christchurch Secondary School in Georgetown was maliciously set. The fire service says it has been working assiduously to ascertain the circumstances surrounding the major fire. It was noted that the fire had multiple points of origin. This was actually the second fire at the school within the course of a week. The last one was ruled accidental and as a result of a chemical reaction in a lab. But all chemicals have since been removed, and the building's electrical wiring was recently inspected, thus ruling out an electrical issue. Georgetown Town Clerk Candice Nelson has withdrawn city constables from Mayor Udraj Narayan's residence at Pigeon Island on the East Coast, stating that they are not allowed to operate outside of Georgetown. Nelson says that if anything happens to the staff while they are in Pigeon Island, their lives are at risk because they should not have been there in the first place. The mayor has accused Nelson of either taking such action on her own or being instigated by others and put his life and his family's lives in danger. He also said that the council was unaware of such a repeated and malicious act. The town clerk said she had previously instructed that the city constables be removed from the mayor's home, but apparently Narayan had made his own arrangements for the law enforcement personnel to return without her knowledge. Yesterday, 50-year-old Paul Waterman, a driver who allegedly abused traffic ranks, was slapped with several charges including careless driving, failure to comply with police directives, abusive language, and disorderly behavior. Waterman was caught on camera verbally assaulting traffic ranks. He pleaded guilty to all charges and was fined for the offenses.
It's a new year. How about you make your truck run like new with Powered Automotive? Powered Automotive had truck parts and spares from all the major brands you know and love at prices you won't find anywhere else. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana.
Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. 2 men, Sharandanan Narayan and Dural Ponto, have admitted to murdering Narayan's wife, Babita Sarju, back in 2010. The pair had previously denied a charge, and a jury had been impaneled for the trial. However, just before the trial was set to commence, they changed their pleas and pleaded guilty to the crime. Sarju disappeared on November 4th, 2010, and her skeletal remains were discovered buried near Narayan's backyard 6 years later. Narayan and Ponto are set to be sentenced on February 6, 2023. On March 24th, the High Court will rule on the legal challenge brought by the former Police Service Commission over the suspension of its commissioners. Paul Slow and the members of the previous PSC who were suspended by the president in 2021 are challenging that decision and are seeking a number of declarations, including that the commission secretary be directed to prepare formal letters to the ranks named on the official list of promotions compiled and signed by the commission on the 28th of June 2021, informing those ranks of the commission's decision to promote them. Now for today's oil update. Today, the president announced that India is expected to soon send a proposal for long-term oil sales. Based on the Starbrook Block PSA, Guyana got 13 out of the 102 lifts of 1 million barrels of oil this year. 136 lifts are expected, and Guyana will get 17 of those lifts. And India hopes to purchase from Guyana's share of those 1 million barrels of oil. The president also said that he is only aware of this interest in Guyana's oil from India, and not for oil and gas. Nonetheless, outside of the long-term oil supply, the two governments are also exploring the possible award of oil blocks directly to India. The bid round for 14 new oil blocks was launched last December, and it is expected to close by April of this year. Guyana's government hopes to award contracts by the end of May. And in other oil-related news, the government has allocated $43.3 billion in its 2023 budget for the natural gas liquids facility and the 300-megawatt gas-fired power plant as part of the US $2 billion gas-to-energy project. Even though they said it would only cost about $1 billion, now it's up to $2 billion. Anyway, according to the finance minister, this project will not only provide affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy, but will also reduce emissions by 70%. He also mentioned that this project will trigger a series of major economic developments, as energy costs will be significantly reduced. He also said that this is the largest investment made in the electricity sector and the largest engineering procurement and construction ever undertaken in Guyana's history. $24.6 billion was paid to meet startup costs associated with the project last year. So this $43.3 billion will be added to said $24.6 billion.
You can multiply your cash by selling Digital Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's latest car on sale. Currently on sale is this 2016 Toyota Crown Athlete. It comes with Bluetooth mount rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, park camera, and much, much more. Buy cars for $9.95 million. All pay as low as $1.99 million down, with around $170,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them Riga sent you for this sweet deal.
Now for our Uncut News Fuse Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question on current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it plays to us. Last night I asked, how do you feel about the rate at which Exxon is currently drilling in Guyana? But before we get to that, I'd like to say a special thank you to our two paid supporters, Dion Nascimento and David Griffith. Thank you for your support, as it is what helps us bring you the news every evening. Dimitri V says, I think the production might be a little fast, because the amount of barrels that they are producing is at a good rate now, and there'll always be that issue with the EPA, so I think that should be handled before even thinking of pursuing any new projects. Yes, the quicker they're able to start their projects, the quicker the money comes in, but it also makes more problems appear a lot sooner. Jay Jairam says Exxon is hustling Guyana. And finally, John Cena says Guyana will end up like Venezuela. We need leaders with vision. Yes, vision is indeed needed. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about this year's budget? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks.